And in this tutorial I'm coming back with another compose concept. So this tutorial will be pretty much particular because I will be teaching you how to add compose to your existing project. Like for example, if you have a normal Android native application, then how can you convert uh, your application from native to compose, or how can you add like Android view to your compose activity, like for example the layouts to your compose activity. How can you do that? I'm gonna teach about this important and particular concept to you guys. So uh, so we will also look at what options we have in terms of introducing Jetpack Compose to your existing Android application that is pretty much written in Kotlin and with the native libraries. And how can we also get Compose to work with different libraries? So we're gonna discuss about it. So while using Jetpack Compose, you should have ideally have some small actually, the basic thing is the most ideal thing is having just only one activity in your compose application, and all of the rest will be the screens, as I have just created here my compose activity with multiple screens. As you also remember in my previous lectures that I created, uh, had just only one compose activity with item screen, item count screen, so this is how to structure your compose application. Okay, so this is the ideal way of structuring your compose application, having multiple screens. Okay, and you can have if you have necessary, then you can have multiple activities, not multiple but small number of activities. Okay, and if possible only one. Okay, that's the ideal solution. And all your screens will be built using compose, as you can see here. So if you are pretty beginners and if you have missed my previous lecture videos, I would strongly suggest you guys to just go through the other tutorials where I have explained in compose in a simpler way from the beginning. Okay, and for an existing project to achieve this kind of you need to start with the bottom of a view hierarchy, meaning that your existing views should start being migrated to build in compose. So what we can do it, okay, let me just okay, I have created a soft folder called native compose. I will create a simple blank activity, not activity, a fragment. So here is let me create my compose fragment. Okay, so this compose fragment, okay, let me remove all the unnecessary codes. Okay, I don't need this companion object for the moment. I also don't this on create. Okay, so this is the only thing that I'm needed. Okay, so just let's suppose that we have this simple fragment, right? Hello blank fragment. Okay, so how can you make the transition to Jetpack Compose having this layout? Is like, it's pretty simple. Like compose Jetpack Compose actually provides a view called ComposeView. Okay, so you can pretty much like hero blank activity, and you can pretty much add compose view in your layout. You see, it's pretty simple. So you just add match parent, close the view, and have the ID. Sorry guys, this is ID. I'm not getting the ID. It's a compose view, right? It's such a simple thing, guys. And okay, it's a frame layout, but you can have also linear layout, whatever you seem it's better for you. So match parent, and this one is vertical, so that your compose view will be okay. Here you have text view will be here. Okay, so after the text view is wrap content. Okay, after the text view you have a compose view on the second way. You see, first is the text view, then the compose view. Okay, yeah, so all this view is for the compose, so you can just create whatever you want in your compose view. And I will also show you how to create it. So my compose fragment, and pretty much you can just create the compose view. So here you can pretty much apply your set view compo container view. Okay, actually I need to find view by id. Compose view, first we need to find the view id, right? So it's a compose view, then we can apply whatever you want. Set view composition strategy, and view composition strategy strategy is disposable on detached dispose on view 3 life cycle destroyed, yes. And then set content, this is okay, set content, and in this content you can just add anything, right? Material theme, then you can use text field, whatever you want, right? So let me just copy and paste whatever I had in my for the moment I can just create a simple text, right? It's called my compose fragment text. Okay, yeah, you can pretty much just use this format to create to add compose view in your fragment. Okay, so it's pretty simple, and just check it out, and look off if you can just migrate it to compose. Okay, so in this example that you can see, our fragment is pretty much in place. The XML layout looks up a compose view and marks the compose content to be destroyed when the view fragment is also destroyed. So this is also what is the strategy that we are using. Your view composition strategy is let me repeat, marks the compose content to be destroyed when the view of a fragment is also destroyed to prevent any leaks, and then sets the content. Yeah, you set the content to our with the material theme, and finally we just set the text in your this compose view. You can add more views here, right? Text field, button, button, right? Like with the text click me right now, and yeah, so this is how you can add compose view to your um, in your fragment. And what if you want to add Android view to your compose application, so to your compose code? How can you add that? So you can, it's also pretty similar, it's pretty simple actually. So if you want to add a compose okay, let me also let me create another file called my Android elements. So here in your Android elements, it's let me create a file. So you can also add composable function, my customized Android element. Okay, so here you can have a text, it's pretty much a string, and you can add a Android view with factory context and text view context and apply. So you can pretty much add any of your Android view to your composable function, right? So it's pretty simple, my customized Android element. Right, so if you want, I can add these elements to my application and just roll it out guys. Okay, let me see item count screen. Yeah, I can add this another item, my Android custom Android element, sorry, Android element rolling. Okay, so let me run the application. Obviously you will be seeing my customized Android element where I have added a Android view to my ComposeView, right? Yeah, Android element rolling. You see, it's such a simple thing, guys. And to add, you can either add Android view to your Jetpack Compose application, or you can add your composable, you can add ComposeView to your fragments, right? Android application, so fragments or activity, whatever you like. So it's pretty simple, right, guys? And not only that, you can compose will help you to interact with other libraries and which are very useful while you are building Android applications. So there are multiple libraries like view model libraries is useful for keeping data across configuration changes in your activities, and fragments and help us to make our code more testable. So compose can obtain reference to view models also. So let me also show you how. Okay, composable function, my view model screen. Okay, so here I'm pretty much using the view model. So view model view view model my okay, so let me see one thing, guys, is you see, you can just create your use your view model and instantiate it using this view model from Compose. Text and text is view model, like whatever you can add your view model, right? Your view model can have like text, or so you have the instance of your view model and you can just use that, right? Okay, let me just print the view model scope. Yeah, so you can add the view model and you can also use like common data stream libraries like live data, Rx Java, and coroutines and flows can be also used. So we've seen the Compose uses a state object while when we want to manage the states of our user interface. So For each of these libraries, Kotlin, like Compose provides extension libraries in which a stream of data is converted into state object. So let me see view model. Okay, yeah, actually you can use multiple things. Like here you can use your live data, observables or flows, and pretty much observe and subscribe as it's needed. Okay, and also you can use hilt for dependency injection. Actually, the detail is provided here in this documentation, so you can pretty much check out. So you can see that Compose and other libraries, that Compose working with other libraries, which is necessary for our Android application development, like activity result, requesting runtime permissions, handling system back button, the view model, as I already told you. You see, your pretty much stream of data like live data, as I told you, flow, observables, you can subscribe them, and navigation, hilt, and yeah, for hilt and navigation you have to implement this library, and many more, guys. You can just follow along and see, and just learn Compose, and just enjoy Compose. And thank you very much for watching, and catch you up in the next lecture.